have it evacuated all the way up to Main Street.
At first glance, it looks like a bonfire run amok.
Yes, definitely bizarre.
And at second glance, you notice there's more than one inferno.
We ended up with 3 different gas meters on fire.
How it happened had homeowner John Slober perplexed.
Mouse get out there and rub 2 sticks together or something?
Not quite, but the chain of events was quite unusual.
Lightning had hit the pole.
And it busted the actual power line.
The line had come down on the gas meter.
And then it kind of
blew up.
Firefighters evacuated 4 square blocks as protection from possible gas leaks.
We're letting the fire burn due to the fact we don't want the fumes escaping out into our residence and causing some kind of explosion or something.
It'll probably be at least another hour or so.
Fortunately, no one was hurt and the damage was minimal.
If it had got in the storage building and got all the gas and the lawnmowers and chainsaws and all that, it would really been fun.
A post-4th of July spectacle with thankfully no big bang, just a massive barbecue going to waste.
That's what I told them a while ago. We might as well grab weenies and marshmallows and at least get some fun out of it anyhow.
What was once a busy neighborhood bookended by 2 busy streets is now hushed with grieving and demolished property.
It's amazing what stays and what goes.
The neighborhood surrounding the fallen Plaza Towers Elementary School is open for homeowners to sift through what's left of their memories.
It's very sad, you know.
With the looks of this neighborhood, it's a miracle that anyone survived.
I happened to look to the right, and there it was. So.
Larry Jernigan was driving a 2002 Ford Ranger, similar to this one, towards Norman for a landscaping job when he saw the EF5 tornado coming for him.
I thought maybe, might be going the other way, I was just in the wrong spot.
He thought he'd better his odds by seeking shelter in a driveway, but as you can see, this house couldn't offer him much protection.
But I was praying the whole time it happened. And
Larry dove under his steering wheel, then he and his truck were thrown into the next yard over.
Got underneath the dashboard and put my arms over my eyes.
Larry survived, along with his breath spray and ballpoint pen.
Like a baseball out here like this.
But not unscathed.
Like I said, I thought the bone was broke or so and pushed to the side. But it wasn't.
Broken windows, wood-piercing tires, the roof caved in.
Part of me doesn't want to even think about it, because not very good memories, but things happen for a reason, I guess.
This truck may have been built Ford tough.
Ford tough, they're right, it's a Ford tough.
But even the toughest trucks lose fights with tornadoes. It's the folks inside like Larry that walk away stronger.
Thankful to God that I'm alive,
In more, Laura Moss, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Well, you have a good day. We'll see you later.
QT is a place where the phrase pit stop comes to mind. Get some gas, grab a donut, maybe a dog. But sometime during the darkness of the wee hours of the morning,
Appalled, really? Like, how do you do this?
someone took the phrase pit stop
I don't know what would be going through their head. Drugs, maybe?
and twisted it into cruelty.
A live animal in a trash can.
Officially, she doesn't have a name yet.
My first thought was QT.
A roughly 10-week-old pit bull, discovered by an employee emptying one trash can into another.
Stopped himself because he heard the whining from the puppy.
There's no telling how long it was in the trash bag.
Mired in filth, the freezing fur ball was rescued from the refuse.
He had that dog right up here just covered in trash juice.
So there was frost on the tips of its fur right here and coming down the ear.
Rich Hanks, a customer who never thought his pit stop would turn literal when he saw the discovery.
Come on, baby. Come on, girl.
His outrage prompted him to take the dog right then and there.
I would like to know who they were so I could put them in a trash can for the night in the freezing cold and see how they like it.
It's an act that spurs anger and disbelief at what someone could have possibly been thinking.
It was like, hey, let's take it to the nearest Quick Trip. Put it in the trash can. Like, man, I'm pretty sure we have pounds for that.
Speaking of which, Jean Letcher actually uttering the following phrase for people out there who amazingly don't know better.
Animals are not disposable. They're living beings.
And they can be dropped off for free at the shelter and at least given half a chance.
Possibly they can be adopted out to a family, or if not, then humanely euthanized and not thrown in the trash, suffering from the cold.
Meanwhile, back at QT, a wobbly puppy is lucky to be alive, and Rich got more than he bargained for.
I just stopped for a donut and it came out with a pit bull.
Burt Mumolo, Tulsa's Channel 8.
The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away.
When George Kendall was laid to rest today,
blessed be the name of the Lord.
His eulogy provided a glimpse of what the 64-year-old former Army MP was like.
George enjoyed hunting, fishing, coaching, Little League, and traveling. He was an average OU fan.
There were no shortages of relatives on hand, the youngest ones, no doubt, blissfully unaware of what was even happening, but proudly ranking amongst the counted in his legacy.
His 14 grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren.
When the rifle sounded, there were tears and remembrance and recognition that here was a life that was lived. It's how you'd hope everyone should go out. But sometimes, when old soldiers die, they fade away in silence.
You know, there's people in this world that don't have any family.
Blue Star mother Billy Walker, one of several folks filling the pews today to pay tribute to over a dozen vets who were recently laid to rest without a soul in attendance at their burial.
Strangers become family.
That was the theme from the pastor, who likened each and every person there to a Samaritan.
You don't know about their life. You don't know how they began. You don't know all them, and neither did the Samaritan.
David Simmons, Warren Jefferson, Vernon Horry, and Clifford Armstrong all served in Vietnam.
We're remembering these fellow veterans that stepped up to the plate for us.
Edwin McMillan, Charles Jansen, and Lucille Hedges served in World War II.
You know, to us, they're our sons and daughters.
Willie Stanley was in Korea. Solitary names etched in stone that today had families as large as George Kendall's, with as much love as anyone deserves when it's time to say goodbye.
We had what Jesus said is what we should have, compassion. And so, this is a wonderful thing.
Burt Mumolo, Tulsa's Channel 8. No one expects jail to be easy.
It's really tough. This one's my bed.
But if you're a parent, it's impossible to expect just how hard it will be.
You feel like you're dying. Because I've never been away from them in 11 years for my son and 8 for my daughter.
Except for the pictures on her wall, Gina hasn't seen her kids in 4 months. They're under 14, so they're not allowed to visit.
Well, it was very sad because we don't get to see her much since she's in jail now.
Yeah, and I really miss my mom.
It's really been trying.
Grandma tries to help the kids make sense of things.
They know she's got to pay for what she did.
I held the door for an armed robbery. And I was intoxicated while I did it. Can't hardly even remember doing it, but I did it.
And when you're a kid, it's gotta be tough when your role model suddenly ends up needing your guidance.
I told my mom that when she gets out of jail, never ever steal or rob a convenience store again. And she made that promise.
They're more encouraging for me right now, and that's hard.
A topsy-turvy role reversal as churning as the jail's giant washing machine. But despite all that chaos, there is actually something to help restore a little normalcy.
Hi guys, it's Mommy again.
Story time.
I'm gonna read you another book. It's called Growing Up.
It's a book on tape program.
Lori sat at the table and she bowed her head.
With stories packed with lessons.
Yes, she did it all by herself.
And occasionally comedy, like the fact that the kid in this book happens to be wearing the same thing as Gina.
Orange and white and orange shoes.
An experience as therapeutic for Mom.
You guys ready?
As it is for the kids.
Thank you, Lori, said Daddy, as he put her grocery bags on the kitchen counter. What a good helper you are. You're growing up.
It makes me happy, because I miss her a lot.
I think it helps let them know that I'm okay.
Her story hasn't been an easy one.
After lunch, Lori's mother said, nap time.
But with 2 great chapters waiting for her at home.
Yes, said Mother.
Who's to say her autobiography can't wind up
That's the end of the book, guys. Mommy loves you and misses you so, so much.
with a happy ending?
Love you.
Bert Mumolo, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Bye.
Welcome, everyone.
How many?
Just 2.
Stephen Brockup. I go to Kellyville High School. Good luck, buddy. Yeah, thanks.
Red team's ready.
Small town. You bring your family and you participate and you have a great time.
Blue team's ready.
Good job, good job.
This is the donkey basketball. This is our 8th year that we've had it.
Go. Gotta do it the hard way.
We're raising money for the class of 2015.
Come on, Chris. Take it all. Hey.
We have alumni that come back to ride. We have our firefighters. Let's go. There we go. We've got students and we've even got teachers riding for us.
Shoots.
Tougher than you think.
I have a feeling this son of a gun ain't gonna move.
Just hold on, he'll take you down there to the other end.
We've had a few dislocations, but generally there's no serious injuries.
Take it!
Once our riders have completed a full game, they're called official Jack astronauts.
You got this?
My name's Casey Copeland, and I'm basically poop scooper. Try and scoop as much up as you can with the shovel, and then just get the broom and brush it off in there.
As much as we can love winning a ball game, we'd like to see a couple of spills. Yeah, chase it!
Oh, and he gets kicked in the you-know-what.
Donkey hit my head. I think I chipped my tooth.
And he falls on his you-know-what.
That's pretty tough.
The winners certainly are our sophomores and then the prom committee.
And somebody make the shot. Score!
So every year our prom gets bigger and better because our fundraisers get bigger and better.
Now I can say with all confidence, it is over. Thank you for coming out. We'll see you next year.
Aloha, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Hello, Tom.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey, misbehaving.
As quick as the sound of the music snaps you back in time.
And you, and you, and you, and you.
The ages out on the dance floor snap you back to the present.
We're 70. We're on the young side.
Tell me, could that someone be old Mac the Knife? Yeah!
Many of the folks here are members of the greatest generation.
Down by the river, don't you know?
And they've been coming here for years to listen to some of the greatest music.
We dance here at the Moose every Friday and Saturday night.
95-year-old Lorraine Richardson used to love dancing with her husband.
When the day is through.
But faced a fork in the road when he passed away 30 years ago.
I decided, well, I wasn't going to sit home and dry on a vine.
And so, ever since 1983,
I've not stopped. I've gone dancing every week in the world since that time.
Many of those weeks have been spent here at the Moose Lodge, where the kings of music have unfortunately been playing to smaller and smaller groups.
Over the last couple of years, crowds have been falling off.
What's behind the drop-off? Kind of what you'd expect.
They had knee operations, they had hip operations, they died.
But for those still kicking, the weekly dance has been something to keep them kicking.
One of the important reasons for my wife and I is that we both have stents in our heart. And cardiac rehab, they're real high on ballroom dancing.
So that keys in the mailbox, come on in.
But as heartwarming as it's been, when it comes to playing at the Moose, the Kings of Music is stopping the beat. Attendance just isn't there.
They stay home because of Dancing with the Stars.
That's ironic.
I know it is, because that's what they do here.
Up until now, change was signaled with a whistle blow from Max. But this kind of change, that's when you call on Bob.
And from all the Kings of Music, in the words of Bob Hope, thanks for the memories.
Burt Mumala, Telsus Channel 8.
Dog pound, let's go, baby.
Let's go, TU, let's go.
There are certain sounds that are synonymous with Tulsa.
Set them down, baby, set them down.
Some of which can be found at TU football games. One in particular can be heard over everything else at these games.
Let's go, baby, let's go.
If you're there, chances are you've run into Mad Dog.
Who let the dogs out? Y'all already know. Yeah. We're going to do this. Y'all already know.
How are you?
Hey, you know we're going to win this big time. Y'all already know. Y'all already know, dog. Hey, all you got to do is give me a bone. I'm all right.
Even the TU players seem to be a part of his kennel.
Big man, good job, baby. Hey, do this, man. Big dog. Douglas, you all right, baby? Hey, can we put 58 points up on the board? You can do it. You can do it.
But if you're not a sports fan,
Rose, teddy bear, Rose.
You can hear that infamous bark around town almost every night.
Now, my lady Rose.
In establishments where image is everything.
Rose, teddy bear, Rose, teddy bear, Rose. By Rose, teddy bear.
There's Mad Dog.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, man.
Carrying a vase of roses in one hand along with stuffed animals.
Teddy bear Rose.
Crammed into a laundry basket.
Teddy bear Rose.
He doesn't fit in with the nighttime cliques. In fact, you might think he looks intimidating, but this is one dog that's more interested in being a lover
Teddy bear, my lady.
than a fighter.
Teddy bear Rose. It's a blessing I can do this and bless others.
If you pay attention, you can see Mad Dog's footprint everywhere.
Can I get a rose?
Ladies leaving establishments all around town with roses, and sometimes stuffed animals as big as they are. The affection felt for Mad Dog could fill an arena.
Another record set sold, baby.
Which is where the character Mad Dog was born.
Stick pin, Kenneth Stick Pin.
I love boxing. I love kickboxing. I did both. How good was I? I was pretty good.
His career record, it has more losses than wins. But what Mad Dog was known for wasn't knocking people out or getting knocked out.
Hello, Mad Dog!
It was his entrance that endeared him to fight fans and to his promoter, Dale Cook.
His ring entrances were something to behold. He'd be led to the ring by the ring girls and barking like a Doberman pincer. And I mean, people just loved the dog. He didn't always win. In fact, most of the time he didn't win. But he was very entertaining.
Eventually, like most pugilists, it was too many blows to the head, along with a car accident that left him with a stent in his brain that caused him to hang up his gloves.
I'm partially disabled, and I got a bad back. I got 2 bad knees.
Once he left the ring, Kenneth couldn't keep a job. The lowest point, seeing he and his wife living out of a car.
Place I didn't have nowhere to stay at one time. We was on the street, so I had to do what I had to do. Yeah, they are pretty.
But now, for the past 25 years, he's been using the Mad Dog character he developed in the ring to provide for his wife and 5 children.
Hey, you guys like my Rose? My Lady Rose?
But despite that Mad Dog charm,
see you later.
There's still obstacles to overcome, just like there were in the ring.
No sale there.
He pushes on.
I love you guys. Take care. Hey, y'all be careful out there, seriously.
Earning the adoration from people who understand he's just trying to make a living.
You got an honest living selling flowers.
Thank you.
It's one of the oldest things besides prostitution. Right?
Yeah.
Mad Dog draws support from the fans who love him.
All right.
His arena is no longer a boxing ring.
Get him! Yeah!
But whatever Golden Hurricane event he's invited to,
Way to go, baby, way to go!
it's there that he supports the players, just like those who have supported him for so long.
I've been really lucky in some way because I have people out there that really love me.
And when I see him at the games and the kids still love him and he's doing his barking routine.
Good job, dog.
He is still the dog. And I think that's how people remember him, as that good-natured guy.
Didi! Yeah! Number one, baby, number one!
Who looks ferocious but's very lovable, and he's a fixture at Tulsa sports.
Let's go, baby, go!
Well, I'm just going to check you out today, and then we'll go ahead and look at your scans.
Sometimes getting nothing means absolutely everything.
See anything abnormal there? Not really.
Excellent.
I know. Happy Thanksgiving. I know.
Wow.
After 7 months of battling brain cancer,
Your turn.
Ryder is in remission.
He's looking great. Keep doing what you're doing, guys.
And it's been a long time coming.
Started stumbling around.
Stumbling and slurring.
They did surgery first thing.
I'm gonna flip this tire 1,500 times for Ryder.
So many people have just come out of the woodwork for Ryder.
He touches a lot of hearts.
And it's MRI by MRI. You know, all you gotta do in between is pray that it is shrinking, it is going away.
I want to go home.
Thanks to everybody for coming out and supporting Cheyenne and doing this.
8 months of remission later, Ryder, with his family and friends, continue their efforts to raise funds and awareness for children's cancer.
All right, Ryder, here we go, buddy.
Which today means saying goodbye to those golden locks.
Real quick, okay?
He didn't just say he wanted to get a haircut. He said he wanted a cancer kid's haircut.
Good job, bud.
Showing compassion,
We're almost done.
a little begrudgingly, for those fighting the same fight.
He absolutely is scared to death of the clippers.
Squirming almost like he did when doctors used to poke and prod him. And sadly, those days may be returning.
Ryder's having some problems. He had an MRI on Monday.
He is showing symptoms from when the cancer first began.
It was kind of expected, but not this soon.
And as worries rise, so too do the balloons for kids with cancer, spiraling up like the prayers for recovery.
Looks like some progression and that he'll be about to endure his next battle. This little pill.
With the cancer's return,
and then here's another seizure medication.
So too has the virtual pharmacy to fight it.
Cancer-fighting drugs.
Which is a fight in itself.
A steroid.
The steroids have had a dramatic effect.
Mama, what's this? I want to tell you something.
He's gained 20 pounds in 2 months.
What's this girl's name?
Ryder looks almost unrecognizable. Until you recognize that familiar giggle. But like the Transformers Ryder is watching, sometimes the steroids transform his mood.
What do you got for me in the back? Idiot! What's the mouth?
His mood, his anger flashes and tantrums and things like that just weren't like him.
And just as Ryder has changed in appearance, his mom has had a change of heart.
It took him relapsing for me to really open my eyes, and I realized how much time I had lost. I was, into the drugs and myself, and I was dealing with everything in my own way, and none of that really put Ryder first. And that's my biggest regret.
Coming up tomorrow, how a little boy fighting for his life saves his mother's.
I have something more to do with my life.
Burt Mumolo, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Whoa! You slapped him in the face.
Father, we come before you this morning, hearts heavy.
This story has the ending that nobody thought would actually happen.
There's simply not enough time for us to do Ryder justice.
6-year-old Ryder Jack Herring passed away on March 14th after battling brain cancer for half of his short life.
Not only did Ryder raise awareness, not only did he give people a sense of purpose, but Ryder changed lives.
Of the many lives he changed, one of the most profound was the person who gave him life, Ryder's mom, Ellie.
Mama! Mama!
It's 8 months earlier,
What's this? I want to tell you something.
and Ryder's family has learned that there's nothing they can do to cure his cancer, except pray for a miracle.
The super dog.
And that was really the time where I started to just ask myself, what was I doing with my life? I wasn't in the right place.
Mom was at the fundraisers,
Your turn.
the doctor's visits. She even got a tattoo of him.
Okay, sweetie, all done. You want to check it out in the mirror? You'll start seeing it tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
A full 180 from the darkness that had engulfed her life.
I was, into the drugs and myself, and I was dealing with everything in my own way, and none of that really put Ryder first.
When word came that Ryder had little time left, it was almost too much for her.
At the beginning, when I found out the prognosis, I was ready to go with him. I didn't want to be here without him.
Fortunately for Ellie, Ryder had enough life left in him for both of them.
I had a come to God moment where it was just, what am I doing and where do I need to be? And I was answered with, I need to be right here. My name is Ellie Patterson.
She would find strength in fighting for him.
It's not something that they have a cure for. It's not something that, sorry.
And are you a fighter or are you a survivor?
Survivor.
Survivor!
Her own voice growing stronger as her sons weakened.
Tell me your name and your son's name.
My name is Ellie and my son's name is Ryder. He's not feeling well. He's not here today, but he is a fighter.
Ryder's a fighter. Thank you.
Near the end, with his blue mohawk and surrounded by teenage mutant ninja turtle stuff, it would be his innocence that would shield him from the fears that grown-ups have about death.
See, he's not scared. He doesn't know to be scared. And that's the biggest blessing, I think.
This story has the ending that nobody thought would actually happen.
Ryder means mounted warrior and messenger. And nobody ever fit their name better.
But with that grief and anguish comes an appreciation of just how many lives he touched in how short a time he had.
He's a hero for a lot of people. He definitely saved me.
Burt Mumolo, Tulsa's Channel 8.